Yep, this is the first Raw review of 2019. This is your Monday Night Raw review for January the 14th, 2019. Thank you for watching the video, tuning in back into the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share this video throughout your entire social media. Before I begin this Raw review, I want to let you guys know that yesterday, myself, Big Mike, and Dave Sack, we were live for episode 276. It was live here on the YouTube channel, episode 276 of the Team Heel podcast. We gave our full review of NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, and we gave our thoughts on what could potentially happen between Pete Dunne and Walter for the UK Championship down the road. And as well, we gave our overall thoughts on the network documentary on Nigel McGuinness, Chasing the Magic. So if you've not checked that out yet, it's up in the video archives of this YouTube channel. So whenever you get a chance, give that a listen, give it a watch. Anywho, now, this is now your Raw review. And overall, Raw tonight, live from Memphis, Tennessee. I gotta say this overall, the crowd sucked. The crowd in Memphis were just terrible. Dear WWE, do not go back to Memphis. It's like they sat there and not gave a flying fuck. I mean, it's a polite crowd, all the fuck you want. Hey, you want to be polite, but come on. It was just dead. No one gave a fuck. They barely tried with "This is awesome" chant. They barely did, in my honest opinion. Also, I said it yesterday on the podcast. Yesterday, a couple days ago, I purchased 2K19, WWE 2K19 on Amazon for like less than $30. That's a win, in my opinion. So, what I'm going to be doing in these next couple of days, I'm going to be doing a lot of match simulations, being that the Royal Rumble is happening in a couple of weeks, and so is NXT TakeOver Phoenix. So I'll be doing simulations for matches for both events. So a lot of content is dropping on this channel. Not to mention as well, this week as well, myself and Big Mike, we're going to continue our Retro Rumble review for the month of January as we're heading into the 2019 Royal Rumble. We reviewed 2 weeks ago the Rumble 92. Last week was Rumble 2000. And this week we'll be reviewing the Royal Rumble of 1994. So a lot of content dropping on this channel. So if you're not subbed to this channel yet, make sure you're subbed to this channel and hit the bell icon, be notified when this channel uploads a video and when this channel will go live. Because you do not want to fucking miss it, motherflowers. So Raw tonight, like I said, was a dead crowd in freaking Memphis. But other than that, I felt like the show tonight was all over the place. Not in a bad way, not in a good way. Like, for me, it was tolerable. But it just felt like all over the place. We found out that there's a new Intercontinental Champion in Bobby Lashley. Finn Balor is now facing Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. And Braun Strowman is just SOL. So, as always, guys, give me your thoughts in the comment there below on tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Did you like the show? Did you not like the show? What was your take on what happened? And as well, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. So the show kicked off with Braun Strowman talking about beating Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, becoming the new Universal Champion, and then Baron Corbin interrupts him, talking about how Braun Strowman will never win the big one. He's doomed to lose and all that, and how he's going to win the Royal Rumble and face the Universal Champion and the main event of WrestleMania, something that Braun's never done. Just pretty much heckled Braun Strowman. And then this just upsetted Braun Strowman, and the Beast and the Monster Among Men went on to chase the Lone Wolf. Here's my thing though, okay? If Braun Strowman is no longer the Raw General Manager elect or the Constable, right? Why the fuck is he still wrestling in dress-up gear? Like in the fucking slacks and the shoes and the fucking button-up shirt. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's so stupid in my opinion. Okay? And he chases Baron Corbin. And then you see Elias telling Braun by playing his guitar where Baron Corbin is hidden. He's hidden inside of a limo. And then Braun Strowman goes ham on this limo. Grabs a freaking metal pipe, starts breaking the glass. He takes out the driver, breaks the door off the damn hinges of the car, of the limo that is, and Baron Corbin runs for it to find out the limo belonged to Vince McMahon, and Vince McMahon fined Braun Strowman $100,000 on the spot for damaging the limo. And Strowman yelled that the limo isn't worth that much, and then McMahon upped the punishment on Strowman by pulling him from his Royal Rumble Championship match against Brock Lesnar. And all that led to Braun Strowman in just rage flipping over McMahon's limo. Even though the visual of it, okay, we've seen it before with the ambulance. Now it's like, okay, it is what it is at this point in juncture. With him and the strength now, from what I've been hearing, apparently Braun Strowman still is not 100% yet. He's still not cleared, I guess, from his injury that he sustained. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, could it be that he could probably win the Royal Rumble? Let's be real about it, too. Do you really want to see Braun and Brock again? No, you don't. We've seen it before, and let's be real about it. The two times that they were at it one-on-one, it was shit. It was shit at No Mercy, or at Great. Yeah, it was No Mercy. It was shit at No Mercy, and it was shit at freaking Crown Jewel. So I do not need to see them go at it again in a one-on-one match. And let's be real about it, okay? Yes, Braun Strowman gets the reaction all the fuck you want, but I feel like with Braun, the ship sailed already. They should have pulled the trigger last year at WrestleMania, but instead they had him teaming up with a random kid become the tag team champions. And look what's happening now. Look what's happening now. We get the first match of the night. We get Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey versus Tamina Snuka and Nia Jax. This was basically a match where, okay, Sasha Banks tapped out Tamina with a bank statement, right? It's a fast little match, nothing really serious here. After the match, Charlie Caruso is interviews Ronda and Sasha, and literally you can tell there's issues there. There's this miscommunication, I guess. There's this like anger issue, whatever, where I guess Ronda talking about beating Sasha, and then that made Sasha feel some kind of way, and how Sasha just pretty much laid out these facts, how she's gonna get her belt back, how she's the best talent on the roster, how she pretty much is the boss. You kind of get the ideas. There's all these stuff to, I guess, get under Ronda's skin. And I guess in this whole situation, I guess Sasha's playing the heel. And not for nothing, I don't mind seeing a heel Sasha. Is she going to beat Ronda? I don't think so. Absolutely not. But I don't mind seeing a heel Sasha in this situation. So there you go with that. And other than that, too, so it's funny because Sasha walks, she walks up the ramp, right? And then she flashed the 4 horsewomen sign at Ronda Rousey. Now, you got to remember, there's the 4 horsewomen of MMA, which is Ronda Rousey, Marina Shafir, Jasmine Duke, and Shayna Baszler, who are all NXT. And then you have the 4 women of WWE, Ronda, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley. So all that, I mean, we'll see how this goes, but I enjoyed it for what it was. We see backstage again, Ronda and Sasha arguing, and Natalya and Bayley were bickered about the whole thing, and they find out that they're being challenged by the Riot Squad, and they got to find a third partner for the 6-woman tag. We see the Revival versus the Lucha House Party, which is Grand Metalik and Kalisto. Your typical tag team match. Finally, they're not getting tag team matches. Like this whole time, it was Lucha House Party rules, right? 3-on-2, 3-on-1, and there's a 2-on-2 match. Scott Dawson dropped Metalik with the DDT before covering for the pinfall victory. Metalik got his foot on the bottom rope, but Dash Wilder, knocked it off before the referee could see it. And during the match, this was the thing that pretty much overdid the match, or kind of like got more of an effect, more of a reaction than the match itself. During the match, you see people, I guess, backstage by Vince McMahon's office trying to claim their spot in the Fatal 4-Way. You had Apollo Crews, Kurt Hawkins, and then out of nowhere, they show EC3. And the crowd went crazy for it. I mean, granted, was it the best way to debut on the main roster? No, but apparently what's going on at the caller from NXT right now, the likes of an EC3, Heavy Machinery, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross. What's happening is that there will be available on both Raw and SmackDown until they decide where they're going to end up. So, you know what? If they're going to see him tomorrow on SmackDown Live, then so be it too. There you go. Vince McMahon hits the ring, and before he can even speak, John Cena interrupts him, said he deserved a shot at Lesnar because he had ruthless aggression. How everyone 20 years ago left him. Austin left him, Rock left him, Brock left him, but Cena was still there. And how he back then asked for an opportunity and he got it, and he showed that being the top guy that he was, and all the stuff that he had to go through, missing birthdays, weddings, funerals, and stuff like that, to be the top guy. And he just wants one more chance to get the opportunity by Vince McMahon to face Brock Lesnar here. And then he gets interrupted by Drew McIntyre, who pretty much said that, hey, Cena's time is, his time is up and McIntyre's time is now. You think about it, right? It was, again, his time is up, his time is now, but at the same time, Drew McIntyre was considered at one point the chosen one by Vince McMahon, right? Quite ironic is that. And he talked about how he wants the opportunity. Then Barry Corbin came out and did the same thing in his version. And then out of nowhere, out came Finn Balor. And pretty much he's like, he's tired of all this. He wants his opportunity because unlike all three men in the ring, Finn Balor was at least Universal Champion. And Vince kind of like, hey, you're a good athlete, but there's a lot of beef here right now. And then he goes on to tell Vince that, hey, that being Finn Balor, that is, that Vince never believed in him. If you could be honest here. But he wants to prove everyone wrong. He wants to make everyone a believer. And then out of nowhere, all four men started brawling. And we find out that it's going to be a fatal four-way. And the winner gets a shot at Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. We find out backstage that Jinder Mahal requested his inclusion. He wants to be added to the match in the fatal four-way. Well, he requested his inclusion in the fatal four-way. He mentioned that he was one of the greatest WWE champions of all time. He was in the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge. And McMahon told him he could pick one of the four men in the main event. And if he beats them, he takes their place. And Mahal chose Finn Balor. And we then get Bayley, Natalya, Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross being the mystery partner here versus the Riot Squad. I mean, the match for what it was okay. It was a way to show off Nikki Cross. She got a good reaction. People will at least pop for her. She has a lot of charisma. I think she's going to do very, very good on the main roster, regardless where she goes. And there is this moment, I don't know if you got caught this or not, but Bayley's going for the diving elbow, and her whole elbow, at the end of the match, hits Liv Morgan on the throat. Did anybody catch that? And that's how they won the match. Backstage, you see Finn Balor walking to the ring, and you see, I guess, the women that were there, because you find out that apparently Mickie James is entering the Royal Rumble. I think it's Mickie James. I think it's, what's her name? Dana Brooke. And they're talking to Lacey Evans. So Lacey Evans did a cameo backstage on Monday Night Raw. And we have the match, Finn Balor and Jinder Mahal. And before the match even start, Samir Singh held Balor's leg, giving Mahal a cheap shot, start to the match. And it's funny because Mahal's wanting the referee to start the match now. And the referee wasn't having it. He wanted Balor to get ready, take his jacket off, whatever. And the match begins. It looked like, again, Mahal was going to win, but Balor made his comeback and landed the coup de grace for the pinfall. And there you go with that. I mean, let's be real about it. You really think that Jinder, my balls, was going to fucking get into the fatal four-way? Come on. Let's be real about it here. We then get the Intercontinental Championship match, triple threat. Dean Ambrose defending his title versus Seth Rollins and the almighty Bobby Lashley. And I thought this match was a very good match for what they did here. I mean, there was double teaming on Rollins. There was a point in the match where both Ambrose and Rollins double teamed Bobby Lashley. And again, there's a crazy back and forth match. Lio Rush got involved multiple times in this match too. But it was all said and done though. Rollins went for the curb stomp, but Lio Rush pulled the top rope down, and Rollins falls out of the ring. And Lashley hit Ambrose with the spear for the pinfall. So Bobby Lashley is the new Intercontinental Champion. I know a lot of people are going to crap on it, what have you. I get it. It's fine. But honestly, I want to see where this goes. People are going to say, oh, the title is now being devalued. It's trashly. Let's see where they go with this. I'm willing to give it 2 weeks. Let's see what happens here. Okay? But other than that, Lashley's now a champion in WWE. His first title that he's held in WWE in a long time. Granted, he was at one time a former WWE ECW champion, but that was like what? I want to say 8 years ago or so, or 13. How long was it? Like 12 years ago? Yeah, it's been a while. God damn. That's crazy. We then get the Alexa Bliss moment of bliss. But before this, right, you see, I guess, the assistant knocking on her door to give her coffee. And no one answered the door. And then the guy just opens the door on his own way, opens the door, and I guess Alexa Bliss was getting her top put on, whatever. So people went crazy for that. And I think at the same time, people who were upset about it, like, listen, you know, it's in some way being cutting edge. I mean, yeah, on SmackDown you have Mandy Rose taking off her towel or showing a picture of herself, handing up a photo to Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso with her towel on, nothing with the towel. I mean, is it being a little edgy? Yeah. I mean, you kind of want that, though, in some capacity. You want the women to be edgy a little bit. Look at Impact. Look at Scarlett Bordeaux. They did a striptease on Impact. So, what's wrong with showing a little skin? Just saying. All right. Her guest was Paul Heyman, and Bliss announced that at the Elimination Chamber, 3 teams from Raw, 3 teams from SmackDown would compete for the first women's tag team champion. And they presented the titles, and the titles look amazing. They look amazing, in my opinion. So let's see what happens. Let's see where they're gonna go with this. Who will be the 3 women? Who will be the 3 teams from Raw? The 3 teams from SmackDown? Who's gonna win the titles? I'll be honest though, a part of me thought they would have actually had them. I guess the title be crowned at WrestleMania. That's my thought, but hey, I'm wrong on this one. So let's see what happens. And Paul Heyman comes out, right? Paul Heyman comes out, and Heyman's talking about, about the Raw main event being changed and all that. And then out of nowhere, Otis Dozovich from Heavy Machinery hits the stage and everything abruptly. He starts mumbling and just talking randomly. It was random, but funny, though. Random, yes, because it made 0 sense, but funny at the same time. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was funny, like, what the fuck were they doing, if you will? And then from there, they announced the Fatal 4-Way. So they ended it so randomly. But we get the main event. We get Finn Balor versus John Cena versus Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre. It's a very good match. All 4 guys here got their stuff in. Got a lot of near falls. But it was all said and done. Finn Balor landed a coup de grace on Cena for the win. He pins John Cena for the win. At the end of the match, Cena puts him over. He endorsed Finn Balor, saying, hey, a lot of people didn't believe in you, and now you got a believer in me. So go get it. Go beat Brock. Let's be real about it, though. Is he going to beat Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble? I don't think so. I don't. Honest to God, I don't think so. You can make the argument, it's the AEW putting this pressure now on WWE, hence why they have Finn Balor be the one to win the Fatal 4-Way and all that. You can make the argument, kind of coincidence, but at the same time, it's Finn getting a match. It's something completely different. Let's be real about it, though. The one thing that Finn will do that Daniel Bryan did, that AJ Styles did before him, is give Brock a good match. That's what I expect to happen at the Royal Rumble. I expect Finn Balor to give Brock a good match and carry him to a good match. That's what I expect to happen. However, at the same time, just like all of you, I would prefer to see the demon Finn Balor, not this regular, this is Balor Club, if you will. If you get what I'm saying. I hope we see the Demon King, and let's see how all this goes. But at the same time, with Braun Strowman now, could he win the Royal Rumble? I hope not. I do not want to see Braun Strowman headlining WrestleMania. I do not need to see it. I'm sorry. No, I do not. No. That ship has sailed. But again, this is my honest opinions on Monday Night Raw for January 14th, 2019. Give me your thoughts in the comment thread below. Your thoughts on Monday Night Raw. Did you enjoy the show or not? Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Again, there's so much content being dropped on this channel. From WWE 2K19 match simulation for the Rumble, and as well NXT TakeOver Phoenix. There will be this week as well the Retro Rumble review for the 1994 Royal Rumble, and so much other stuff as well. Yesterday, myself, Big Mike, and as well as Dave Sack, we did our review for the NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool event. We gave our thoughts on the Nigel McGuinness documentary on the WWE Network. So what the fuck are you waiting for right now? Hit that subscribe button right now. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share this video throughout your entire social media. What the fuck are you waiting for, motherflowers? As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all. It's me. It's Steve. It is wrestling and whatever. And you are all some awesome motherflowers. Peace out, motherflowers.